Hi guys, 14th Prime here, back in another video review. And today we're looking at the Transformers War for Cybertron Earthrise Airwave. So here he is in his, I guess, the most base mode he has, because even though he is the only other base former mold, he doesn't really have a base mode officially. This is just the closest thing, because I guess it's kind of like a road, so you can take a little Micromaster and roll him across it. It looks more like a boat to me, just like the other mode. One of the other modes he has is a boat. But he has 3 alt modes, which is kind of cool. Though this is my least favorite, so that's why I start with it. What I can say in its defense, it does have some nice sculpting right here to kind of add to a bit of believability. But it does look kind of crap from most angles. So yeah. Anyways, to get him all transformed to the next mode, you want to pull him completely apart, because that is how these guys work. And you want to take, totally don't have an image of turret mode next to me or anything. You want to separate this bit right here on both sides, like so. Take this piece, plug it in, like so. Take the chest here, and it will slide in right there to these. Take these, flip them down, and plug them in to these ports. And we are getting somewhere. Take this, plug it in right here. Take these and slot them in. This little piece just goes in the fists. And this you can, I believe it goes like that. Flip up this peg. Realize that this peg is way too tight. Plug it in. Plug all that in. And here is turret mode. And you know, for a very, very forced mode, it's okay. Like I kind of wish it was a bit better. Like I wish that this part could actually hold up, but it just falls down. So really, you could basically just shoot forward and that's it. And then this doesn't really lock in anyway. It's just supposed to be keep it on the ground and everything weighs it down. So I still like the idea of this mode. It just kind of failed in execution, I guess. Final mode, which is the really good alt mode to me, which we have to again. Everything comes apart. And I'll keep these on. So these have to be on. So I'm going to take these and fold them back up. Plug them in on both sides. Fold that back up. Plug it in. And keep that folded down. I'm going to take this, rotate it to the side, and rotate it to where these 2 tabs are on the same level. These 2 slots are the same level. And take 2 pegs, and you peg them into here. You take the slots, and they slot in right there, which is the only connection that I feel like will corrode over time, because it's just really tight. A bit too tight for my liking. And you take these, you want to drop it on the floor. You want to orient it this way, put down that peg, orient this like so, plug them together. Then these 2 will go into here. Boop. Take this. But no, not like that. Plug it in like this. Plug in the guns to either side. Boat mode! And I actually really like this mode. It looks like a proper boat with treads for some reason. I think it looks really cool, actually. Yeah, it has an arm and all, but I don't really care that much. I just think this looks neat. Plus, it's rare we get boats in of course, Micromasters can just hang out on here. If it's a jet, it can launch, but if it's a truck, it'll sink to the bottom of the ocean. So don't bring trucks into the ocean, kids. Yeah. That's it for boat mode. So let's get him into robot mode, which is obviously going to be my favorite mode since it's robot. Robot is fun. So again, fully disassemble him. Oh my god. This poor guy, he has to live his entire life in is basically parts. Take these, fold them up, fold it up. Oh yeah, and that hole go into that peg, like so. Take these, untab, rotate around. One plugs in there, one plugs in there, like so. Move the camera up a little bit. Use that center hole to that peg, like so. Take the head from back here and you want to flip it up and rotate it. Take this arm, plug it in somehow. Okay, like that. Rotate that, then plug it in. Take one of those and plug it in, these and plug it in. Take this, lift this up, just so it all separates. And plug all that in. And what I like to do, this is supposed to go here, but I kind of prefer it to be up here, so I'm going to put it there. And there is this nice old chunkster in his robot mode. And I really like this robot mode. I don't know what is up with the base formers and being my favorite designs. I don't know, just because they're really original or they just hit the design cues I really like. Like for example, let me bring in the other mold, Ironworks. He has that industrial look that I just really enjoy and that you don't see anymore. And then I just love, I love Airwave here for just having a really chunky, just proportionate look. So I just think they're both just tick boxes for me, man. And seeing Airwave on his own merits. His head sculpt is just really weird and I kind of love it. It looks dumb, but in a good way. You see he has a lot of sculpt. This is like the most sculpted detail on any Earthrise figure, I'd bet. Seriously, man. Look at all this. It's beautiful. There's even some of the frickin' thighs. Even on like the backs here, there's some... And all down here, there's details. Man, there's a lot on this guy. And also, just because here he is with the bronze mold, but this is the Centurion version. And to clear up a little bit of misconceptions, they do not actually have the same thighs. They have very similar thighs. You can see they shared these gray pieces, but the actual thigh itself is different. They share those gray pieces, and then they share that, getting freaking blurry, that little thing on the chest there, except the front mold has his facing down, while Airwave has his facing up. I do like the way these two look together, though. They're like a new dumb Decepticon duo, and I love it. So anyways, articulation, the head, as you can saw, can go a very tight full 360. Arm, full 360, out that far, 90-degree elbow bend and rotation. Though what's weird is that the joint here doesn't quite clear the arm, so it kind of does that. The gun can also swivel. This arm can do the same, except no wrists. Waist swivel, legs go forward that far, back that far. Can do an entire big old spread. There's a knee bend, about 90 degrees, swivel there, swivel right there, and ankle. But since he's such a big chunky boy, he will pretty much hold whatever pose because his feet are so big. So you can literally do whatever you want. And generally it'll probably work. So yeah. Overall, I love him. I love this guy. He's a big old chunky thing. It just ticks the kind of boxes that I like to see in designs. I know these guys aren't for everyone, but I think they're really fun. I think they're very much worth getting. especially Airwave here. I don't know if I like him or Ironworks more. They're both just really fun figures to me. But yeah. Anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say. So, be sure to check out my channel for more video and custom reviews, and please don't forget to subscribe. You just check out my Facebook and Tumblr pages, linked in the description below. And you can come join the Infinite Sun Discord server, also linked in the description below. And this is the 14th Prime, signing out.